Tricky mate. Hello? What the hell is that? Oh my god. I'm just muted. Oh my goodness. This is really unbelievable.
Hello everyone and welcome to Take It to the Max Show with Grandmaster Max Dlugy. I'll be playing in the 5-minute pool today, as every week, trying to explain myself, apologize for my moves, although sometimes they may be quite good. And as we're waiting for the next opponent in the 5-minute pool, I have to say that the European Individual Championship is going on. It's quite strong. We have some great players playing, and right now 3 people are leading: Radoslav Wojtacek, Ernesto Inarkiv, and Badur Jobaba. They all have 4 out of 4. Lots of people 3.5. So that will be a cool tournament to look at. 52700s playing, and many other top 100 players in the world competing. So we're gonna see how that goes, and meanwhile, let's see who takes me up in the 5-minute pool. So far we don't have anyone competing, but I'm sure there will be people. Weather is New York is sunny and windy, so this may account for some of the strange shadows you see behind me, as the sun can't find its placing and the wind is quite strong. But that's life. And here we have my first opponent, a Russian name, although coming from Germany. The name Mozgokluy means something like brain pecker. So he's pecking my brain, I suppose, in the C3 Sicilian. Let's see how that goes. I don't mind. Let's put it this way. And let's see. Should I just? I think I can just play B5 here, without too much danger. And Bishop B7. Okay, I have a nice development, and blocking the dangerous D5 move. Okay, now I have blockaded the important D5 pawn from moving too far at me. Now on Rook D3 I'm planning to go G6. Okay, this move as well. G6 is a standard operating procedure in this position. And then I'll be okay, this is good. Now I should probably play Rook E8 to protect my bishop. And next is Bishop F8, Bishop G7, as in my plans. If White has a breakthrough, we'll take a look at what it looks like. There are some serious tactics here that are possible. It's possible that maybe instead of Rook E8 I should play Knight takes Knight. Okay, now Bishop F8 is what I would think of playing, although Knight takes Knight followed by Knight H5. Bishop F8. There's something like Knight D5 and Knight F7. I'm not that happy with that idea. Knight takes Knight. Let's hit the C3 square one more time. I want to play Knight takes Knight and Knight D5. Let's do it. Okay, probably should protect. Knight H5. Knight F7. I think Knight H5. Yeah, tactics are very important in this position. For example, on knight f7, I plan king f7, and on rook e6, bishop takes g5. Tactics are everything here. So, very important to take toll of what's going on. Almost every move, you have to sort of self-correct yourself a little bit. So you may just get mated in these positions. Brain Pecker's thinking. The so-called German brain pecker. Mozg is Russian for brain, and klюй is to peck. Клевать is the actual verb. For those of you who don't know Russian, I can certainly help with my somewhat unlimited knowledge of the Russian language. Okay, he's thinking about knight f7 clearly. After king f7, rook takes e6, looks very strong, but bishop takes g5. Okay, he rescinded the notion. Okay, now now he wants to play at some point g4, so I should go bishop f8, not bishop f6, because I want my knight to return to f6, not to the weird g7 square. So this way I protect the e6 square, and yes, now my knight returns to f6, contrary to what, and now I can play queen d5 maybe. Queen d5, f3, doesn't make sense. I should just go back, yeah? Go back to my beautiful h5 square, my new home away from home. And okay, this is interesting. Now queen d5, bishop, okay, so now I should go bishop g7 to defend so I can play knight f4 and not be afraid of the checks of this monster knight. So okay, this move I think I should take, and knight f4 and queen f4. Okay, positionally I'm doing great. Tactically it looks like I'm not doing badly either, but let's see. Let's see what's going on. b4 looks good, so I can take on d4. I think that's a good exchange. My queen gets that dark diagonal. Okay, now on queen d5, bishop b4 check, rook g3, queen d2. I get to exchange the bishops. Why is that such a hot thing to exchange the bishops? I don't know. Maybe I should just take the d file instead. But then comes rook e6, perhaps, who knows. Okay, I mean, lots of possibilities, but okay, rook d8, rook e6, fe, queen e6. I'm threatening queen d1 at some point. I don't know. Another possibility is rook c4 to play queen g4 check. I think that's also reasonable. In general, if I go after the h pawn with queen h4, that also should be pretty good, right? Okay, he trades queens himself, bishops rather. That's quite smart, I suppose. Okay, well, let me do it in my own way. But I think I kind of misplayed this position. Okay, threatening queen d5 check, and looking to play queen g5 check at some point. Okay. Yeah, how do I... I'm not sure I'm so happy about this position. That's a good point. Yeah. This is really bad, I think. I quite misplayed it. Okay, White has to make a decision what he's playing for here, though. Okay, he decides he's playing for a win. And I better decide that I'm playing for a draw, I think. Otherwise it may be too late to play for anything. So here I should be playing for a draw. Let's check. Attack. Get my rook active. Okay, now I'm playing for everything. Everything I can get. And just a little bit too late. Just a little bit too late to win. And there we go. Okay, well played by White. I did have a big advantage at some point, but you know, those advantages are fleeting sometimes. Basically, by the way, here I think rook d3 was a better move instead of queen d3, but anyway, it was tough because here many times White can take, for example, on d5 here, and then if I take with a knight, take on f7, who knows what's going on in that trade-off. And here too, knight, well, no, here I'm not sure how White's supposed to proceed. I think here I played quite well to get a very good position. And this position I should be much better somehow, but it's not simple. I tried this move before. I could have played maybe I should have played some like rook d8, rook d5. It looked good, but White played a3, and then on this I think he played a great move, bishop e4 here. Really good move, a good defensive idea to get that bishop away, because it's hard to play against that bishop. This is what I should have tried to stop, but I don't know how to. Of course, the idea was that if I trade queens after queen c3, the queen is just too annoying, too bothersome. So really, I won't get any good play out of the two rooks, which I realized. Now, yeah, now it's actually, what the hell? Why didn't I just play queen g5 check here? Just queen g5 check would pick up that h pawn, and even though White would pick up the a pawn after queen c6, I think the attack on the king would be much more important. So this was a big mistake, and yeah, this was a big mistake too. Here, I should have already played for a draw somehow. Well, it's not so easy, you know. I don't have such a great position here, and here I was basically just hoping White would play pawn takes pawn, because after b5 I think I'm in real big problem. And even here I'm barely drawing, if at all, and White got scared of my pawns, but I think he shouldn't. I think if he just rushes with the king, he gets a good position. Okay, well, that was that. Let's play some normal chess for now and see how it goes. Let's go with the Queen's Gambit exchange variation and see how Black handles himself. Threatening to take on f6. White notices. Good for him. Alright, defend my bishop. Okay, White is really trying to get my bishop. I'm going to castle queenside for, well, no, then I'm not going to castle queenside. On this one, I'm definitely enjoying the superiority on the queenside with my beautiful pawns. Gonna start attack on the weak c pawn immediately. Now I'm threatening knight d7. Now I'm just taking an extra pawn. Now I'm swapping, so there's no attack. Okay, let's swap again. Swap again. Trade, trade, trade. Get that bishop away from my king side. Hit that bishop. Hit that bishop again. Okay, I could win a pawn with queen a3, but my idea is just to get rid of this Newsome counterplay on the king side by trading queens. It's simpler to be a pawn up without counterplay than 2 pawns up with counterplay. Write that up. That's a good idea, even if it came from me. Okay, rook c3, time to double. My knight heads back to, let's say, I think f3 is a good square. Well, that's not going to go through. And as you can see, the black's position is pretty hopeless. Knight f5 is still nice. I think I'm going to play knight f5 because it's just beautiful. Although knight f3 was my idea, but this is pretty good as things go. Okay, let's just solidify that knight there in that nice little square. Okay, and let's just move my king up so I can protect that knight, or protect that pawn rather, on g4. Yeah, black is up to a really tough defense here. Okay, now my rooks are beginning to infiltrate. Rook a5, rook a4, rook b4. Rook is coming through the b file in a few moves. Could also play b4, b5, I suppose, but why? Why bother? No counterplay from black. I can take my time. All the squares are protected. All the squares are protected. Now let's attack here. Well, that's interesting. He wants to play rook h8. Rook a7, rook h8. And actually get some counterplay. I should deal with that. I'm going to deal with that by playing rook g1, prophylactics. Now king f2, again prophylactics. Again, solve that attacking potential. And now on bishop c8 I have knight d6. Well, here I have that. And knight d6 is in the air. Now knight d6 is coming. And with one rook, black has many less opportunities to counterplay. Now my main plan of rook b4 is coming in. Here it is. Well, let's trade those pieces. The knight for the bishop. It's going to be much easier to access all the weaknesses once that's done, especially the a pawn. It looks like it's almost can be protected. Rook b6 or rook a7 are quite serious threats now. And that wins the second pawn. Or even more now. Third pawn. Well, fourth pawn, fifth pawn. Okay, I'm gonna just start moving these pawns up, and that's it. Okay, I mean, this is we had the standard type of Queen's Gambit declined, and clearly, okay, bishop d6 running after this bishop probably should be done with the knight immediately, knight h5, if at all, because going after it with everything you got, you really spend too much time. And knight a6 is just a horrible mistake, because after that I don't even need a plan. I just take your pawns on the queen side. But on the other case, I was going to castle queen side now and play g4 and go for mate. I think I'm much faster. So here, at least this kind of got me thinking to go queen side, and of course very difficult to protect all these pawns. I mean, a6 pawn especially is just going to be falling, and of course I just keep taking and exchanging, right? Exchange, rook d1 on h5, attack the bishop, bishop moves, attack the queen, queen moves, straight queens, etc. Okay, next game, Alias. Good luck to you. Let's play the King's Indian. Okay, this let's play g6. I think this is the right way to play. Okay. I'm playing against the dark squared bishop on h2 and hoping to make it as bad as it looks. Okay, there's this, gets this traded, and now the question is, should I play e4 or just play b6? Maybe I should just play b6 for now. a5. So white has made some weaknesses that could bode quite ill for him in the endgame. And I have not made any weaknesses, and I'm trying to keep this bishop h2, bishop c7 diagonal under control. I don't want white to control it, because then that bishop will be quite strong, and it could work together with his other pieces to do some damage. So okay, now bishop b7 is stopped in a way, because c5, dc. No, it's not stopped. In fact, I should do it. In fact, c5 is not a threat at all. I'll just take with the d pawn, and e5 is nicely tucked in. Plus bishop e4 is a tempo. Okay. Now almost time to go queen g5, but maybe not yet. Okay, knight f6, rook b8. Lots of possibilities. Even c5, because how does he break through? c5 looks nice, actually, just to stop all the breakthroughs. b6 is handled nicely by my knight, and the rest is my attack on the king side, my free king side attack. Yes, okay, and now let's go. E4. Now I don't mind weakening the diagonal because I'm going to continue. I'm going to use that pawn to continue the attack. Now I just need to move my bishop from b7 to c8 so it joins in the fray. I think white's in trouble. Okay, bring in the rook. Maybe trade bishops, because that bishop is going to be defending otherwise, so I'm going to trade it. White has problems. Positional problems. Okay, big question. Queen takes or pawn takes? Initially I want to take with a pawn. But then I started thinking, why? Why complicate things? Okay, this one definitely gets taken. No question about that. And now just Queen g3 looks nice. Something close to, could have taken on e3 too, right? Okay, now let's bring our pieces in. And certainly f4. G5, H5, G4 is one idea. 95 at some point. Okay, well, that gets taken for sure with the pawn. And now let's protect our, well, knight f6. I want to play something. Okay, let's see. He wants to play. At some point he wants to play okay, I'm gonna block the d pawn with the rook for now. Maybe even play rook d6 if I have to free my knight. Let's attack the bishop. Obviously white wanted to play knight e5, to which I prepared knight takes e4, followed by knight takes g3 check and rook takes e5, getting a lot of stuff. Okay, now on knight e5 I'll just play queen g5. I suppose, oh no, now on knight g5 I'll play queen takes rook. That's a much better move. Okay, now time to take and play bishop f5. Well, queen f2. Okay, what about bishop h3? gh takes, then check. That's a monster idea too. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that one. I think it. Oh wait, 95 though. Okay, if I take and play queen and I play knight f, okay, I didn't really have enough time to consider, but looks like it's should be winning. Okay, take and just queen f2, I suppose. Just more pieces. Simply put, I have many more pieces than white. Okay. Now, how do I proceed? How about queen c2? Just pinning them all up and creating a pass pawn on a4. On knight e5, I think I have rook d7 simply. Rook d7, and everything's pinned up still. Yeah, this is the move I wanted to play. And I want to... Oh. That's not so hot. I actually missed something. Well, it wasn't that. That I can actually live with. Okay, now rook d6, he has rook e7, d6. Rook d7, rook d6. And rook f6, 97. Okay, king g7, rook f6, and rook f5. And that should be all she wrote. Except for this move. Oh my god. What a tricky guy. What a tricky guy. Okay, let me go into descending. This is a very nice ending, I think. Okay, did I win? Yes. Okay, I mean, tough game, but here we are. Okay, next, a tough opponent, Grandmaster from Russia. And let's play him in this way. Okay. Interesting first few moves. Clearly, both of us are trying to avoid some stuff. I think he was trying to avoid the London system because I had some good results against him in it. So we're now going to play this kind of delayed perk, or perts. Delayed perts defense. e5 looks reasonable because my bishop on d3 is hanging towards the end there. So I don't think I can take twice, but that wasn't my intent. Black could certainly go after my bishop, but then he'll weaken his king side with g5, which I'm happy to accept. Okay, strengthening my center for now. And a little bit more. And now I can probably take some space here. Maybe a4 first. Which I'll use later when my knight gets to c4. So for example here, and now I think b4 for now, so that the knight doesn't come to c4. Here I'll leave the c4 square for the knight. And there's my knight. Hello everybody. my knight hitting e5. He's trying to, I don't know what he's trying to do exactly. I have lots of interesting moves to try. But let me just put my rook into an active position. Thinking about knight d6 at times. Okay, now what? Now the bishop is stuck, so it better exchange itself for something. And black made some weaknesses, so I can retire with my bishop for now. Definitely want to take on f4 and play something like e5 at some point. Now, what about knight h4? How does that look? I just make some weaknesses. Knight f8. Cool. So I suppose I should force white to take black to take my bishop. There we go. Okay, now a5 or queen goes to e3, one or the other. Which one should I try? I think I'll just play a5 for now. Yeah, now knight e3. Getting rid of. Okay, that move is doing what? To getting the bishop out. We're getting the bishop out. Okay, well, let me trade the light squared bishops first. I'm not so worried about that diagonal exactly. Maybe I don't have much. I'm not claiming a big advantage or anything. Just a nice position, I think. The key is to figure out what to do with my pieces. First, the knight has to get more active here from h4. Okay. Okay, let's move the queen to a better square, for which it can look at e3. Okay, take. And oh, no. Yeah, that's the problem. I missed that idea. Okay. I wanted to go queen e3, but that was stopped suddenly. That's something. That's something I can maybe use later. Let me try to get my knight to c5. Make that weak c pawn pay off. Putting a little pressure on black, I think. Yes, then the queen goes. Okay, then let's now he wants to go knight bishop h6. Okay, so let me move my knight in. Queen and pawn ending won't be that pretty either. Let's see. Let's hope. Can certainly play queen d1, but how is he going to defend the a6 pawn? Okay. He thinks he has a draw somewhere. I'd like to see where. Aha, he's trying to open up the king side first. Okay, let me move my king away from that. Take it. And I'm going to go back, actually. I don't believe in going all in if I can make some more issues for black. Okay, now it's a good move, actually. Now how to go for an advantage here is not very clear. I don't know. Let's try this move. Okay. Now this doesn't look that promising, I have to say. Looks like a draw. Yeah. Well, good game. What just happened? I don't know what happened, but the game was drawn by repetition. I guess, I don't know, is this a game or? Got a little bit, I don't know why this appeared here. Wasn't sure that, I don't know. I guess it was a draw. Well, somehow I felt I was better, but I don't know where that game is now. Okay, we're playing another game, and I'm black. So here's my opponent's favorite move, g4, to which I'm happy to see, I have to say. He's clearly weakened himself for no apparent reason. Let's try to get some pieces out. Let's take some pawns. Okay, let's see what would make sense. What would make sense here? I suppose just developing. Ongoing development routine. I was afraid of that a bit. Now what should I do? Should I play b5? I'm gonna go for that. I think it's an exchange sack, but I don't think I mind. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I've seen things sacrificed for less. Aha! He believed me, as you can see, and didn't go for it. Makes sense. Let's check. Okay, now the key is to stop b4, a4, b4. Okay. I think I'm gonna go bishop b8 here. See, it's nice to have to play a smart opponent. He doesn't take your sacrifices, so even if they're unsound, you never know. You just never know. Okay, I'm coming in and defending this one. Okay, now obviously white wants to play king c1, and I have to defend. So I need to move my king away and defend with my rook. So far not too bad. Managed to defend everything that was coming to me. Okay, next scenario. Okay, time to get my pieces out too. What a fighting game. A real fight has erupted here. Is my pawn on c4 weak or not? Yes, I can defend with knight d6 and then see what to do on knight e5. I can just play c3. I can just play c3. Should probably have to do. Yeah. What else? Knight c5 is another possibility. Go after his other weakness, yeah? But then knight c5, I don't like knight g5 somewhere in there. Well, I think it's this move after all. On knight e5 I see rook e8, and I'm gonna get the e pawn. On knight d2, that's a good question. Then what? Then rook e8, e3, and what then? Yeah, I got kind of hoodwinked a bit. Let's see how White plays this. Still playing. Let's see. Let's see what he plays here. Got him thinking. G5, yeah. On this I have this move, rook e8. And then this move, rook e5. And hitting the G, and now I'm protecting the c pawn. This was my idea. Finally got this pawn protected. Oops. Did not see that, but how does that work exactly? Rook d5. He's offering me a draw in a way. Let's see if I can accept it or not. Well, let's think about it. Good. Oh, Jesus, I have no time. Did not realize that. I did not realize I had no time. Oh, and I missed knight a5. Oh well, yes, my opponent got me on time. I can't, there's no question about that. Alright, well. Yes, checkmate. Very nicely done. And let's see if we can get another game in. Okay, got another Grandmaster lined up. And that was tough. That was tough indeed. Tough game. Roughly equal, I think, all along. But of course, g4 should be punished in some other way than what I did, but still. Okay, time to move my knight into the game. Thinking about queen b3 now. Okay. Okay, this is to get my knight to f4 one day. Well, that's uncomfortable, to say the least. Had they missed that knight going to d3? Not very smart of me. Now what to do? Tough position. Immediately very tough position has occurred. Well, let's move my queen in. And my knight defends this d3 square at least. Okay, well, I think I have to definitely try to undermine this before it's too late. Because the c4 pawn is really, really serious. And my rook on a1 is not developed. I have to get some pieces out. And I can probably play queen f2 here. I think I should exchange a little bit because it looks like a dangerous position otherwise. Now he's trying to get knight d3 in. I can understand the desire. Okay, I gotta stop that. Okay, interesting endgame. Maybe hopeless, but in any case interesting. Bishop f6 is coming by. I need to develop my pieces no matter what. There's no question about that. So bishop f6, or not bishop f6, I have to develop my pieces and then figure it out. Meanwhile, d4 is my possible square of salvation. My pieces get there, I should be okay. Yeah, he knows. Okay, at least I tried, right? Okay, and now let's attack this pawn. So at least my rook is out. And let's see, what should I do here? How do I even try? Should I play knight c1? Then my knight will never move again, right? Okay, so let's get back with the knight to d2. So this is blockading mode. Okay. Okay. Okay, rook h1 has to go knight f1. Knight g3. Okay, now let's get knight to h5. Aha. And then rook can go to g1. For now. Okay, trade one rook. That's not too bad, I think. And now let's get our second rook active. I'll try to anyway. Or die trying. Bishop b6 was my idea, but that doesn't work, so I have to go back. Good play by white, by black that is. Now now what to do? Now I have to play rook h1, a3. Oh wait, bishop a7. No, not good, right? a3, a5. Good point. Now position looks pretty bad. Bishop d2 now to kind of stop this whole mess. Okay, let's attack that guy again. Okay, let's bring out. What a disgusting position, really. Not very good for white. I'm afraid I'll have to stop the fight pretty soon. Okay, take and take, I suppose. Now let's bring the knight back at least, because they're doing nothing there. Get the rook a little active. Okay, we have to defend that one. Okay, get one rook active. Let's get that rook active again. Okay. Whew! Missed that idea completely. Yeah, the pawn or queen. Oh boy, today was a rout. Today was a real rout. I have to give it up. I'm gonna have to resign. And if we look at what happened, I think early on. Okay, first of all, this is a bit unsound opening. I played only in blitz. Black has a good center, so really to do something significant, I need to start figuring out how to position my pieces against that center, and every move counts here. And already here I missed the idea of 95 completely, and that h4 move I think was partly to blame, but later it seemed like I maybe did something reasonably well, like I covered the d3 square, but then how do I get my knights out? If I play knight b3, it's bishop c4. Maybe I should have done that, but then c5 at some point. In any case, so I think I tried for f3, but queen c5 check, and then this ending, just knight d5 was an excellent move. Really, the fight is for the d3 square, and I think once this happened, the two bishops finally just prevailed. I tried hard to hold off, and at one point actually seemed like I'm getting something going, but here this was a great move. King g6. The king comes out. I don't have bishop b6. Maybe I had bishop d2, bishop d4. I don't know. In any case, after this, I think the position is pretty hopeless. Okay, this was Grandmaster Max Dlugy with Take It to the Max show, and I hope you guys enjoyed how I got destroyed today. Okay, and join me next week, where hopefully I'll do much better. Okay, everybody, take care.